Washington. Yo, golf course.
Rocky Romanella is the founder and CEO of 360 Management Services LLC and author of the book Tighten the Lugnuts. With over 40 years of boots-on-the-ground leadership experience, Rocky creates excitement through his energy, passion, and knowledge in every podcast. During his 36 years at UPS, he led one of the largest rebranding initiatives in franchising history, the UPS Store, revolutionizing the $9 billion retail shipping and business services market. He also led the integration of more than 20 acquisitions that became UPS Supply Chain Solutions and led its improved financial performance, capabilities, and global footprint. Post-UPS, he served as CEO and director for Unitech Global Services, a telecommunications company, and serves as an independent board member and advisor. Thank you for listening, and we hope you enjoy the discussion.
Do this look like work to you? Nah. Looking at the lights like it's all of this for me. Everyone tonight is here. All of this for me. Hands in the air, yeah. All of this for me. Bottles over here. All of this for me. Bottles bringing bottles here. All of this for me.
Hello, Romo Sapiens, and welcome in to a July 6th, 2020 edition of The Rome Show here on HamiltonRadio.net, Channel 2, Facebook.com/The Rome Show 1. I am Andrew Romanella. That is Rocky Romanella. We are taking you all the way up until the 8 p.m. hour here on Hamilton Radio. Remember, you can get in on the action, 609-807-2492. Our producer, Ruben, is standing live, ready to rock in Hamilton Radio Studios so that you at 609-807-2492 can get in on the phone lines. You can also get in on the social media, Facebook.com/The Rome Show 1, comment in on the section, or at Coach Romo24 or Wide World of Rome on Twitter and Instagram. Rocky, I mean, I say it every week, but it's just, it gets more and more fun being here every Monday. Another great show we have lined up here for the Romo Sapiens.
I'm really excited tonight. For the first time in 3 months, it really feels like sports are back.
And a lot of people said we had to get to July to get there, and we're here now, and I think it's actually going to happen.
I think so, too. I mean, I think the NBA released a schedule.
Yeah.
I think that we've got some great news out of the hockey leagues.
Which is why you're so excited today.
Which is good. An awesome NASCAR race, and, Bryson DeChambeau just absolutely Happy Gilmoreing every ball that he hits.
And Joey Chestnut breaking a record in the hot dog eating contest.
I mean, just sports from all over the world.
Sports. It's all on our docket today. Of course, we have a lineup for you, which includes stay here till the 7:30 break, because when we get back from that 7:30 break on the Rome Show tonight, it is a pure Rocky half hour.
It's not good.
We have a Rocky trivia section with which he has lifelines that he's allowed to utilize. If you're a friend or a fan of the show, watch out. You could be a lifeline for Rocky tonight on his trivia segment, as well as Rock's Reviews, which takes a little bit of a different shape this evening. So that's on the back end of the show. So I got nothing else before we get into it. Yourself?
No, I got nothing. I'm nervous but excited.
I love the sound of it. Okay, today in sports history, July 6th, 1989. This is an interesting one for the Romo Sapiens today. Okay, on this date in 1989 in the sport of baseball, Mike Schmidt of the Philadelphia Phillies became the first Major League Baseball player in history to be voted an All-Star Game starter while he was retired.
That is incredible.
Incredible.
What a feat.
What a feat, right? So the first player in history to be voted as an All-Star Game starter while being retired, I'll tell you this.
Give me the context.
He declined.
That was nice of him.
Playing in the game, but I immediately was like, absolutely not. I would play in this game. Would you?
I'd be there 100%.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, if they're going to vote me in retired.
Let me get my one at bat.
Yep.
Let me run onto the field.
Yep.
And then I'll be done.
And I'll be done. So, and a few other things on Mike Schmidt before we move forward on this date in history. He retired that year in 1989, which is why this feat occurred. He was a 3-time NL MVP, an 8-time NL home run champion, and a 10-time Gold Glove Award winner for those Philadelphia Phillies. 10. Count them, 10. So that is your Today in Sports, July 6th.
That's really cool.
It is really
That's
cool.
a really
right?
cool little. That's a fun trivia fact.
If we went through the statistics of my Today in Sports, I bet we would see that I trend a little bit more towards the baseball facts than others.
Yeah, that's not surprising to me.
None whatsoever, right? All right, here we go. Straight off the Rome today, for you Romo Sapiens out there, is a threefold section into one. What does Andrew mean by that? Well, he means this. We were watching a NASCAR race over the weekend, and as you know, on the Rome show, we love NASCAR, specifically Rocky, but I am now starting to like NASCAR. I was locked into the Brickyard 400. So a conversation came up during this NASCAR race about if you were a NASCAR driver and you got the choice to have someone sponsor your race car, who would your sponsor be? Now, at Coach Romo24 on Instagram, you can write this in right now on the show. I'm going to get to a few of those in a little bit, okay? So we had that conversation. I then read in the sports news that because of reasons far beyond what I really want to dive into right now, the Washington Redskins and the Cleveland Indians are most likely going to have to change their names as well.
Yes.
Now, as you know, a name change for a professional organization is off the charts, okay?
It only really happens if you move cities.
Right, or if, which I think it was maybe one other, I think the Washington Bullets had to change their name for political reasons because of the name Bullets, which is why they changed to the Washington Wizards about 20, 25 years ago. That might have been the only other time it happened not because you changed cities.
Interesting.
Very
Didn't even know
interesting.
that.
So,
There's another fun fact.
straight off the Rome is a threefold question, okay? I believe that Rocky's going to start with his names for Cleveland and Washington and then go to his NASCAR sponsorship, as I will do the same. Here's my deal, okay? At the end of the day, the Indians and the Redskins, most likely by the start of this year, or if not into this year's season, will be looking for a new name. So I tasked Rocky with what he would name those two franchises.
So I'll start in DC. So I'm going to start in DC, and I went through a couple of different progressions here. So naturally, in Washington, I went with the Generals, right? Because George Washington was the general of the American Revolution. Then I decided to have some fun, and I went with the Washington Tax Evaders because our country was founded by men who didn't want to pay taxes.
Right.
I like that one. Then I went with the Washington Homers because it's the capital of the nation. So that's the home. That one sucked.
I didn't like that one.
That one
No,
sucked.
that one did suck.
Then I was like,
You're
let's do some football stuff.
Okay.
Right. So then I went with the Ballers
All right.
because that's fun.
But they're terrible.
Yeah.
And
but
I feel
here-
like baller is associated with greatness.
But I have come to my conclusion.
okay.
I want to name the football team the Washington Vortex
Why would
Because
you
of-
name them that?
because of the Vortex football, number one,
Okay.
that you could throw over 110 yards. John
Okay.
Elway, you remember the commercial.
Right.
And because like a vortex is like swirling craziness. Like imagine like a defense emulating a vortex, you would never gain a yard.
That is absolutely not where I thought you were going to go.
Yeah, the Washington Vortex.
Okay. Now give me the Cleveland.
No, give me your football.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm honestly mind blown. Like, I don't know if there are any other Romo Sapiens out there that are mind blown that he just suggested the Washington Vortex. Please write your suggestions in the Facebook comments.
As
for
the
me.
vortex sinks in, I think you're gonna like it.
Okay. I gotta think about it a little bit longer. I came up with something very simple. The Washington DCs.
And you're gonna tell me?
Diet Coke sponsorship.
Yeah.
We're in there. We are in there. Just like that. Boom. Washington DCs.
Oh, you could do a play on the DC comic books too.
Or I'm copywriting this from somebody, but the Washington Footballers.
No, come on. Nah.
See?
And you're gonna give me crap about the Vortex, which is actually a play on
The
a football
Washington
toy.
Footballers.
It's
It's like a ploy on soccer, like the Seattle Football Club, the
No.
Washington Football Club.
No, but that is standard across all of soccer. It's everyone is the football club.
Right.
FC.
No, but the Vortex?
It's literally a play on a children's football toy.
Okay, I get
Plus
that.
the
But why?
allure of a vortex when you're blitzing a quarterback.
So you're essentially taking the stance of I don't care what the city is, I just want a cool name. As I think I'm taking the approach of I'm trying to make the mascot fit the city's history.
why is Vegas the Vegas Golden Knights?
So that's what I'm saying. So some
Does it have
teams,
anything to do with Vegas?
no, some teams
Well, I guess gold.
gold. Yeah, I mean money, right? But some teams take the shape of their city, the New York Mets, the Metropolitans, right? While some teams don't.
The San Diego Chargers.
Exactly. They don't take
But they're
the fit.
charging the line of scrimmage.
Exactly. So I guess so now is your Cleveland Indians name the same way?
No, my Cleveland Indians, I went a couple of different ways.
Is it more clever? Not clever, but is it more
It's more-
city based?
It was originally city-based, but then it became baseball-based.
Okay.
So originally it was like the Oil Kings because Standard Oil was founded in Cleveland.
By the way, Mom wrote in the Washington Monuments.
Oh,
and
that's
that is
the winner.
fantastic.
Yeah, Debbie Romanello with the win.
That is that's fantastic.
She's already gotten likes, and I haven't even liked it yet. So that means it's a win.
That's me. It's the winner.
So then I went with the Cleveland Clouds because it's just I feel like it's always overcast in Ohio.
Sorry to
Uh,
anyone from Ohio listening to this.
Then I went to the Cleveland Curveballs
Okay.
because that's
So
like
you
baseball.
really went baseball.
Yeah,
fun.
yeah, that one,
Just like the homers. Like we could throw that one out.
But then I was like, ooh, maybe like the Cleveland Ponders, right? Because ducks on the pond,
Oh.
because I'm batting runs in. That was more of a joke than anything. Kind of like the Cleveland Eyes, like good eye, Johnny, like lay off that pitch. So then I ended up with, and I think I'm going to stick with the Cleveland Mashers. Because that's what you do when you get into a batting cage. You mash. Yeah, that's a
So-
baseball term.
So would you be the Cleveland Rakes?
Nah, because that means you're I guess you're cleaning up the competition.
Yeah, right. You're raking the competition.
That could
right?
be a good one. But
So-
I think you'd probably be the draggers because, you would drag, you drag the field. You don't really
Of
drag
all of the things that you could have brought to the table, you gave me the Cleveland Mashers
yeah, and the
and the
Washington.
Washington Vortex.
Listen, I mean, I think you have to get outside the box with these names because it's like, I feel like sports franchises have a historical namesake, right? Like it's been there for a long time. So even like when the Vegas Golden Knights came out, like most recently, right? It seemed gimmicky because it wasn't in the tradition of.
Yeah,
like,
you're right. Good
It,
point.
it seemed like an AHL franchise,
But it's not.
but
And they made
it's not
much
because
more
they
than that.
became it became more. So like you have to get outside
So let me ask you this:
the
I'm
historical context.
going to
of
take it a
everything.
step deeper, though.
Okay.
What do you make that mascot? Because now we're talking about the visual. So the Vortex. Let's take the Vortex.
Yeah.
What's the is it a tornado
Yeah.
like with eyes?
Or it's like a vortex football. And like,
Dude,
and
that's boring.
the skinny part of the vortex is his legs.
Is it a W? Like, is the W for Washington in there anywhere?
I mean, the Philly is like a Christmas tree. Like I like the Philly fanatic isn't even a thing. It's not even like a
Mom and Dad are hysterical on this, by the way.
the Cleveland first round picks.
The Cleveland Rock and Rollers. So my Cleveland names. So while you think about the mascot for the Vortex, my Cleveland names were terrible. I will admit that I wasn't good at this because originally I was I'm just gonna have Rocky do it, and then I'll see what I think about it. And then I was like, I just am not that creative on this. So that's why everything's called Rome associated with me.
I like it.
I got the Cleveland Grays.
Okay.
Because I thought it would be kind of funny that since the Browns are the Browns, the Grays are the Grays, and it was also the same thought. It's a little gloomy there. The
Yeah.
Cleveland Grays. Maybe all of our teams are named after colors that suck.
Maybe.
Then I went with the Cleveland LeBrons because
It's impossible to take this seriously.
but because I could for some reason see a future where like he somehow bought the team and like
I can see that.
named them the LeBrons or like the Cleveland Kings or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like the Cleveland baseball caps.
Yeah, but right. Yeah, the Cleveland Caps.
Yeah.
And then, ooh, that's not a bad one though. And then the last one that I came up with, because the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is in Cleveland, I thought of the Cleveland Cowbells. because the alliteration, and I'm thinking to myself, something you could sell. If you're selling the Cleveland
No,
Browns,
cowbell's
you
a
could
big,
sell the cowbell way better than you could sell the
cowbell
Browns.
is a big part of the baseball fan experience.
Exactly,
No doubt.
100%. So.
Yeah.
Those were our shots at renaming the Cleveland and the Washington franchises. Give us your shot at 609-807-2492 on the Facebook.com/The Rome Show 1 or Instagram at Coach Romo 24.
It sounds like those organizations are going to have a hard time renaming their teams.
100%. And I think that if they take a fan vote, they should then automatically think about going the opposite direction. Because clearly, based on us, and it's a small sample size. It's a small sample size, but based on that right there, maybe we should not poll the fans.
Yeah, you're probably right about that.
All right. So the third part of the 3-part straight off the Rome was if you were a NASCAR driver and you had to sponsor your car, who would you want to sponsor your car? Now, I have a legitimate answer for this one. It is a sponsor in NASCAR now, but I think that's fair, right?
Yeah.
It shouldn't have to come up with someone that's not sponsoring a NASCAR.
Is it Skittles?
It is 100% Skills.
Nice.
So originally going into this, forever, if I've ever been asked a question like this, Skittles is the answer. But what I learned watching the Brickyard 400 over the weekend is that the Skittles car is not just the Skittles car, okay? It's the Mars candy car.
Whoa, Mars bars.
Which means each weekend, the car is a different candy.
That's awesome.
So last weekend, he raced as peanut M&Ms.
That's so cool.
This week, he raced as Skittles. Right?
Yeah, I like that a lot.
All right. So if I was a NASCAR driver and I had to sponsor my car, I would 100% be sponsored by Mars Candy because I'd want to race a different candy car every week.
See, I like that a lot too, but like to me, like Rusty Wallace in the number 2 Miller Lite car was just like you knew Rusty Wallace.
Or like Jeff Gordon in the
in the
DuPont.
24 DuPont,
Yep.
like
Dale Earnhardt in the
black or in the 3 Chevrolet.
Yep.
Like you knew it. Like you have to be a good driver to get that.
what was it?
Even Jimmy Johnson,
Jimmy Johnson,
in the
the
Lowe's
Lowe's
car.
car,
I mean, he's
yeah.
still racing, but he's
48.
Not, yeah,
That's
I know.
true.
So for me,
Give
it's
it a
hard.
minute.
I mean, it's hard not to not be, serious about it because I just want to joke all the time. But like Ricky Bobby's Wonder Bread car to me is like the ultimate, like just beautiful.
Yeah, like why
So,
wouldn't somebody recreate that?
So
in
like for me,
NASCAR?
like I'm like, well, I'd love to be Martinelli's potato bread, because I love those soft rolls, right? So like if I could be Martinelli's potato bread, I think I might be that.
That's great.
And then I was like, but I went candy too. I'm like, maybe I'd be the Swedish fish.
Ooh. Yeah, but that would be a weird look unless you made the car look like a fish.
Or you could be like the Sour Patch Kids, and you could be a different like Sour Patch Kids.
Then I thought, like, what could you be the Rusty's car from Cars?
That'd be cool.
You were Lightning McQueen.
I could. Maybe I'd be the Disney card.
Oh,
That would be cool.
So now, would you race as a different Disney character or different movie every week?
Whatever Disney wanted me to do, I'd be in.
You'd be Mickey Mouse first race, no doubt.
I'd be Elsa.
No, no.
Yes.
If you're
I'd be
racing,
freezing out my competition.
if you're racing the Disney Mobile,
Then I'd be
It would
I'd be
be
Lightning
sacri-
McQueen first.
no, it'd be sacrilegious for your car not to be based around Mickey Mouse
Why wouldn't it be Lightning McQueen first?
because Mickey Mouse is the foundation of Disney.
Well, he would be on the car somewhere.
Yeah, but if you
Maybe
have
he'd be on the hood.
one chance at your first Disney car,
Lightning
and you're
McQueen.
going to give it to Elsa. Your first
Highest grossing movie in Disney history. Sports movie in all of the world.
Cars.
Cars.
I know.
And it's a racing movie.
Yes.
Duh.
God. Running up the polls. Running up the polls. We had a write-in, Rock, on the Facebook Live, and it was the Mars car he'd like to see Mr. Diaz versus the Oscar Mayer Mobile.
That's a good one.
Ooh,
That's a
I
good
like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. Okay, here's the deal. We got some write-ins on the Instagram as well. MGM Grand.
Okay.
I like that. Would free stays at the hotel come with you being a sponsor?
Absolutely.
Has to, right? So there's a little sandwich shop on FDU's campus called Leafs and Grains.
No.
Someone wrote that in. All right. Chick-fil-A.
Ooh.
Chick-fil-A is
I'd be
a good one.
Chick-fil-A car for sure.
There's no Chick-fil-A car now.
I'd have free Chick-fil-A sauce for the rest of my life.
Call of Duty. I like that one.
Interesting.
A lot of people would like that one. White Claws.
I'm surprised.
I mean, I'm surprised it's not a car now either.
Yeah.
Fighting High Noon. Oh, this is unreal.
Yeah. Can you read that one? Because someone had to pick the Trojan car, right?
Pornhub.
Oh, God. You shouldn't have even said it.
Why not? That's funny.
That was Chris Ronaldo.
The Rome Show.
Yeah! Wow.
Could you imagine my face on the front of a race
No.
car? Why?
Actually, no,
I could.
No, you're right.
That's a great. This is a great logo for the hood of a race car.
You're right.
No doubt. All right. So before we move on, your final answer. If you could be a NASCAR sponsor, you know mine. Yours is Disney?
Yeah.
Okay. You hear it here first, people. You write them in on the Facebook. You text them in. You can Instagram them in. You can call them in, 609-807-2492. I just got a text message of Talladega Nights when Ricky Bobby is doing all of the the ad sponsorships.
Big Red.
Big Red.
Yeah,
You don't
yeah,
choose
that's a
Big
good
Red, then F you.
That's a good one.
That's a great. Oh man, that's fantastic. Sometimes I love where the Rome Show tangents can go.
They're fun.
They're fun.
Well, this is the fun side of sports.
It is. Andrew Romanello, Rocky Romanello. We got about 5 or 6 minutes before our break. Get us on the Facebook, the Rome Show 1, HamiltonRadio.net channel 2. Here's the deal. Hockey, in our opinion, and we've talked about this a lot over the last month and a half, 2 months. Hockey, in our opinion, has been trending towards a situation of the best possible return out of all the major sports. Rocky and I believe it, and I think today solidified it. Not only did hockey agree on their phase 3 and their phase 4 for their return to play, which is essentially a tournament of 24 teams, which is going to be sick, supposed to start August 1st. But because hockey's in such a good place right now between the NHLPA and the NHL, they also agreed to a 4-year extension on their, why am I drawing a blank?
CBA.
On their CBA through the 2025-2026 season. So a 2-for double whammy for the NHL today, a return to play, phase 3 and phase 4 for their COVID-19 protocol in their return to play, which has taken some hits because of the amount of people that have tested positive, 35, but overall seems to be getting the best reviews of the 4 major sports. And then the bonus thrown in there, which is you don't got to worry about work stoppage issues for another 5 or 6 years because the CBA is agreed upon.
Yeah, there's a couple of things I like. I think the first thing I like is the communication. Like from a fanship standpoint, like to be able to follow the NHL and know that they've been having weekly talks, daily talks, and every article that's come out has been pretty accurate as to what's actually happening. So I love the communication between the PA and the league. I love the expanded playoff format. I don't know. You could sit here like. I truly believe this, like based on the way it's set up and based on the love for the Stanley Cup itself as a player and the elusiveness of it. If 50% of the players on a 24 team said they're not going to play, right, and you had to call up the next best players in your organization, you would still have just as an exciting playoff.
I agree.
And I love that. So I think the format's perfect. The next thing I love is there was a handful of players giving pushback about bubble cities.
They haven't chosen them yet, correct?
So they did choose the bubble cities.
Okay.
The bubble cities are going to be in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada,
Wow.
and Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Now Canada.
So everything's in Canada.
Everything's in
I
Canada.
wonder if that's the smart. I guess.
So the main reason is a money thing.
Okay.
And the majority of the hockey market still resides a lot in Canada.
Sure.
Not to mention, I think population. It's not as densely populated.
I mean, I know it's not the same conversation, but last week we talked about 4 of the 5 highest contracts were in Toronto and Montreal.
So there's that. So then the other. So I was talking about the bubble city piece. So a lot of players actually expressed concern about not being able to see family, right? So and this is where I think the compromise piece and the communication really comes out. So the bubble cities, right? You have to stay in the bubble city unless your team gets to the conference finals. So if you get past the first 3 rounds now, and get into the semifinals and the finals, your family is allowed to join you in the bubble city.
Do they all have to be tested?
So every single player and personnel who's inside the bubble And then once their families come in, they get tested.
They can't leave.
They can't leave, but they get tested every day, including the family members.
So when the family members come, so let's say for that last 2 weeks, it might be,
yeah,
they're there for that 2 weeks.
it'll actually end up
That's
being,
it.
if you play in both series,
Is it 6
that'll
weeks?
end up being like 4 to 6 weeks.
That's what I thought.
So their families will be able to come. So you're really only looking at anywhere between a month to 2 months between not seeing your family, which, to me seems like a pretty fair compromise.
And a lot of the issue with the NBA return to play, with some of the things that those guys were not happy about, was the fact that people could leave their complex, and the workers that were working the NBA complex were workers that weren't staying there. They were leaving every day and coming back. So you're just asking to compromise that entire situation.
So another good point, in your hub cities in the NHL, you have 3 amenities that they're really talking highly about. So there are golf courses that the players are able to access.
Wow.
Open air movie theaters that the players are able to access, and food trucks so that they're all able to access outdoors. So it seems as though they've done their best to accommodate to a lot of the concerns, from the players from a bubble play standpoint. And the other cool thing, the final piece that I really like, is any player is allowed to opt out of playing, and they do not have to give a reason why.
I like that a lot, because it's probably a tough subject if a player is deciding not to play for whatever reason they decide not to play for.
Not to mention the NHL is very tight to the vest on anything that comes out about anything.
Well, yeah, like even in the NHL, it's different than every other pro sport. If you have an injury, it's not a torn rotator cuff, it's an upper body injury.
Oh, and no more so, go no farther than a playoff interview with a coach.
Absolutely.
They're not revealing anything.
Absolutely
Right.
not. We just got to play better offensively and move the puck better.
Yeah, no, he's being reevaluated.
That's it. That's all it is.
You literally will not find out what a real injury is
No.
until the team is officially eliminated or they've won.
And all this is made the more interesting because, of course, in the crazy times that we're in right now, and the return of, or the hopeful return of, other professional sports, so be it the NBA, who they're hoping to return July 31st, Major League Baseball, who just wants to start and have some type of baseball, or it's the fact that is NFL even going to start on time? You have David Price come out, and David Price says, I don't want to play. For the safety of myself and my family, I don't want to play in the shortened MLB season. Are more baseball players going to follow? You've seen guys in the NBA do the same, both for social injustice reasons and for coronavirus reasons. Somehow, some way, again, it looks to me, Rock, like hockey finds its way at the front of, hey, man, we should find a way to focus on what they're doing because it seems to be the cleanest return to play right now.
Yeah, and listen, there are plenty of players in the NHL that have the same concerns as every other player in every other league, right? But it just seems as though, and this is just my take, I mean, every time I read an article, every time they come out with a new publication, every time it seems as though any of the concerns I've read about prior to the next phase or the next step in getting back to return, like there seems to be a compromise in there.
Sure.
Like it doesn't seem like any side wasn't willing to work together to figure out a way to play hockey.
Which is why you can get your CBA done at the same time you can this negotiation. You put that parallel to baseball. This is where baseball wanted to end up, and baseball ended up on the exact opposite side of this.
And listen, I mean, hockey's got its, it's got its bad stories
Of
too.
course.
I mean, but it just seems like right now it's been the league with the most compromise amongst both the owners and the players.
Well, right now, August 1st, huge date for the National Hockey League. July 31st, huge date for the NBA. Baseball, continue to watch it because I think that story is going to continue through and through. You got anything else on the hockey before we move forward here?
I cannot wait to see them go.
I'm so excited, man. I just watching the NASCAR, watching the golf, watching even the cornhole on TV just gets me so fired up just to see the action again.
I can't watch the cornhole.
Well, I watched the soccer too.
Well, the soccer I can.
That's because of you, because you left it on my TV. And you watched the basketball tournament?
No.
You see that? If you haven't, though, take 5-10 minutes. Check out the basketball tournament. Something started a few years ago. It's essentially a $1 million, I think it's
this is
tournament.
Yeah.
ESPN's broadcasting it. It's gotten huge. These people are getting paid. It's almost like semi-pro basketball now. They're getting sponsored. The action is fantastic. It's sometimes made up of teams of guys that all played at different colleges, sometimes a mix of other things.
It's a pickup tournament. Correct?
Essentially, yeah. So check it out. That's on ESPN, but the basketball
called?
tournament. The basketball tournament.
Oh, nice.
TBT. So that's pretty cool. So what we got is a break in front of our face right now. All right. On the back side of that break, we have Rocky Trivia. we got Rocky reviews. And, if we have a little bit of time, something we haven't mentioned a lot all day, Patrick Mahomes signing the biggest contract in professional sports history with the Kansas City Chiefs.
$450 million.
Are you ready for trivia?
No.
Okay, that's fantastic. I'm Andrew Romanella. That's Rocky Romanella. This is The Rome Show. We'll take you all the way up until the 8 o'clock hour. But for now, Rube, our man producer, we got to pay these bills. Let's cut to a commercial break.
Rocky Romanella is the founder and CEO of 360 Management Services LLC and author of the book Tighten the Lug Nuts. With over 40 years of boots on the ground leadership experience, Rocky creates excitement through his energy, passion, and knowledge in every podcast. During his 36 years at UPS, he led one of the largest rebranding initiatives in franchising history, the UPS Store, revolutionizing the $9 billion retail shipping and business services market. He also led the integration of more than 20 acquisitions that became UPS Supply Chain Solutions and let us improve financial performance, capabilities, and global footprint. Post-UPS, he served as CEO and director for Unitech Global Services, a telecommunications company, and serves as an independent board member and advisor. Thank you for listening, and we hope you enjoy the discussion.
All right. Welcome back into the Rome Show here, July 6, 2020. It is 7:34 here at HamiltonRadio.net, Channel 2, Facebook.com/The Rome Show 1. We appreciate everybody that's been tuning in on the Facebook, everybody that tuned in on the Instagram at Coach Romo24 and told us what their NASCAR sponsors are, even though we continue forward with the show. We got some Rocky trivia coming up, some Rocky reviews, and a little bit more. Remember, you can call in at any time, 609-807-2492, or simply, if you have our phone number, text us. We'll read it on the show. Go on to the Facebook. You can go ahead and write it on there, or you can go to the Instagram. So many different ways. But we'd love to hear your NASCAR sponsorships, your name for the Cleveland Indians, or your new name for the Washington Redskins. And I want to hear if you have the answers to some of the Rocky trivia coming up on the Rome Show.
I'm excited for the trivia.
I'm going to take a sip of this water.
I'm nervous for the trivia, but I'm excited for the trivia.
So normally you'll hear the music coming on the background from our producer, Ruben. Today we're not going to do that because today's trivia is going to take the shape of more of a segment than necessarily trivia. We're going to watch Rocky think. We're going to watch him work through emotions. We're going to watch him dig deep into his memory of places he's lived, of NCAA sports teams he might know. Hints I'm giving away right now that are off the charts. Okay? So, today's Rocky trivia. Here it is. There are 12 teams.
12 teams.
In NCAA Division I football. Okay? With mascots that do not end in the letter S.
I've done this.
How many can you name?
The midshipmen.
Navy midshipmen. That is correct. 1.
All right, cool. The Orangemen.
They are the orange, but correct. 2. Syracuse Orange. Okay, just so you know. All right, because you got right into it. You get a phone a friend.
Sorry, I had to get those
It's
off.
okay. I know. I was letting it happen. I was waiting till the moment I knew you were done rapid firing your first few you'd get right.
Yeah.
Phone a friend. Okay. Anyone you can phone.
Yeah.
And that could be a text too. Phone a Ruben. Okay. Pick a fan that's listening and shout them out and have them write it in on the Facebook.
Okay.
All right. And you get 3 clues at any point in time.
Nice.
So I've helped you out here because some of these are difficult. You have the Navy midshipmen, and you have the Syracuse Orange.
Alabama Crimson Tide.
That is number 3. All right.
Oh my gosh.
We are
This is so
moving down this
nerve-wracking.
list.
What's Auburn's nickname?
Auburn
Yeah.
is they're not the War Eagles.
No, they're Tigers.
Yeah, they're the Auburn Tigers.
Yeah.
They call themselves War
Yeah,
Eagles.
but they're the one of 4 schools with a color as their name.
All right.
Look at that one. There you go. Fire trivia back.
Yeah, right back at you. All right.
All right, so I'm 3 for 12 here. I
Yes.
got 9 left.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. So I have a lot. So I literally
Yes. There's a bonus one too, but that's just for fun.
a bonus.
So again, 3 clues: phone
Yeah.
a friend, phone a fan, phone a Ruben.
Oh my goodness. So we have to think through the conferences.
Yes,
right?
you do. And again, there's no time limit on this. So talk to us here. All right.
So
I'm not going to let you see this piece of paper.
So if you're gonna go, like, if you're gonna think college football, you obviously have to start with the Big Ten,
Okay.
right? You're either gonna start with the Big Ten or the SEC. So you have your Michigan Wolverines, you got
Okay.
your Spartans, you've got your Buckeyes. So all of those are out. You've got
All right.
your Hawkeyes. Is Iowa in the Big Ten?
Yes,
No, or they in
yeah.
the
No, they're in the Big
Big
Ten.
12?
You're right.
Yeah.
Big 12 is Iowa State.
Yeah, that's the core. Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I could be wrong. Who cares? It's not either of them.
St. John's, Red Storm.
They're not a football team. Mom did the same thing. That's so funny.
That sucks.
St. John's Storm is a part of the bonus questions. It's not a football team, though.
All right, so I got 4 for 13 then. So Red Storm. I'm just writing my notes here.
Yep.
To make sure.
Remember, you get 3 clues.
Yeah, no, I know.
You're trying to do as many as you can without clues.
Oh yeah. What's Ohio's mascot?
Ohio
They're
Bobcats.
green. Yeah, they are the Bobcats, right?
1, 2, 3. So you have 3: the Navy Midshipmen, the Alabama Crimson Tide, and the Syracuse Orange.
Yeah. Minnesota's the Gophers.
The Golden
Wisconsin's the Badgers.
Badgers.
Yeah. Oh, Notre Dame, Fighting Irish.
There you go. Number 4.
They're not in the Big Ten.
They're independent.
Yeah, I know.
Notre Dame Fighting Irish. So you've gotten 4 major schools. That's huge.
Well, yeah, I got the easy ones.
Okay. Yeah.
But we're working through it.
You're working through it.
Yeah.
You're working through it.
Yeah, I know. The Georgia Bulldogs. So that's not. It'd be nice if it was just the Georgia Bulldog.
Right.
That would be cool. What's Ole Miss's name?
The Running Rebels.
Yeah, no. If it was the Running Rebel, it would work.
Yep, it would.
All right, let me get a clue.
All right. You want a clue?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I just want to. Of the remaining 8 schools that
Yeah.
you're looking for, 2 of them were in states that we lived in. 1 state I did not live in with you.
Okay, so that is either Atlanta. That's either Georgia,
Okay.
Vermont. It's not Vermont.
No, you're thinking singular. I'm thinking familia.
Oh, okay, good. So it's Georgia
Uh,
or Connecticut.
we lived in Connecticut together. Hey.
Yeah, but not for.
Where were you born, dude?
Oh, Chicago. Oh, the Fighting Illini. Yeah, Illinois.
Yeah.
All right.
There we go. All right. 5. We're working our way through the list.
Well, Georgia's a Bulldog. Which Georgia state?
Okay. Well, you're thinking you just states that we lived in. List the states that we've lived in.
Well, we didn't live in Georgia together.
I said one of the 2 states.
Oh, I thought you said 2 of them.
one of.
Oh, so there's 2 teams in
So
Illinois
no. Now there's another team in another state we lived in.
together.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. All right, so we've lived in Illinois, which I got.
Yep.
There's no other team. What's no? They're the Hokies or what's the Southern Illinois? That's a funny one. Southern Illinois is a funny one.
I know
That's
they're
where-
independent baseball
That's where
teams,
Brandon
the
Jacobs.
minors.
Didn't- Oh, all right. All right. So we lived in New Jersey. That's Princeton.
Yeah,
Tigers.
no.
That's Rutgers. The Scarlet Knights. So no. Let's see. We lived in New York together. I already got Syracuse.
So you knocked that one off the
Yeah, but
list.
is there another one in New
No,
York?
I will tell you that no, and that doesn't count as a clue.
We got Illinois.
Let me mark that you're 1 clue down here, by the way.
Yeah, Iowa. It's either Iowa State or Iowa. So no.
Yeah.
California. Oh my god.
Oh,
What's Cal?
the Bears.
What's Stanford? Stanford's one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're
Do you
red.
know the mascot?
Here's a Christmas tree.
Yeah, it's Cardinals.
Yeah.
Stanford Cardinal.
Oh, it's a Cardinal. Yeah. All right, we got 6. Nice. All right, the
All
band
right,
is on
so
the
the
field.
1 clue worked for you. Now
All right.
remember, you have a phone a friend, a phone a Ruben, a phone a fan, and 2 more clues.
All right, good deal. No, I'm gonna go another clue.
Okay.
I'm going another clue. I want
Another clue.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm trying to do it on my own before I ask friends.
This is a 2-part clue
Yes.
because the first one is just kind of a point.
Okay.
2 teams on this list have the same mascot.
Yes.
Okay.
That's good for me.
One of those teams, Russell Wilson played for.
Oh man, that's a Pac-12 team, right? It's Pac-12, right?
Now they're Big Ten.
They're Big Ten. Why don't I know where Russell Wilson played football? That's probably
You already guessed the one school he played for when he transferred to from this school.
Dude. Oh, man, I have no idea what this one is. That's
Okay. The other school that has the same name, Colin Kaepernick played at.
Yeah, I don't know that one either. I just know Colin Kaepernick played for the
Oh my God! Well, that's too. I can't make it any easier.
I mean, yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I'm not a, you know me. If Spiros is listening, I need Spiros to know. 'Cause he is listening right now. So if Spiros types in, type me in. I'm gonna phone a friend. I'm gonna phone
It's a
Spiros.
Christmas tree someone wrote.
Yeah. Spiros knows. Spiros, we're doing 12 college football team names that don't have an S at the end of their mascot's name.
And you just got told, like I just gave you the easiest clue in America.
Yeah.
Maybe you should phone a friend or a fan or
I
somebody.
just phoned Spiros. If,
All right,
if
good.
he's listening, he's gonna write in.
Here's
By
your-
the way,
here's your
we need to
clue
interview
again.
him.
Two schools have the same mascot.
Same mascot.
Russell Wilson attended one of them. Colin Kaepernick attended the other.
What's Oregon State's nickname?
The Oregon State is the Ducks. No,
That's
the
Oregon.
Beavers.
The Beavers. Nah. What's Brigham Young's? What's Brigham Young?
Brigham Young, I think.
They're not on there, right? BYU.
No, they're not. There's a reason why. When this question was posed to me, I guessed Brigham Young as well.
Yeah.
Let me find out why. Keep thinking. Maybe they are. Maybe we missed that one.
What's
No, they're the Cougars.
all right? What's TCU?
TCU is the Horned Frogs.
Oh, that's a good one though.
Very
I mean,
good.
Horn doesn't have an S.
Russell Wilson played here.
I know you keep telling me his name. It's not gonna help
I
me figure it out.
cannot believe you don't know this.
Yeah, dude. I mean, you know me. I mean,
Oh.
it's. Oh no, he went to a smart school though, right? Because he's a smart guy.
No, I
He wasn't
I
smart.
mean, it depends.
What league? What league is it in? 21 question.
I think
Come
it's
on.
the Big
50
Ten.
Cent.
It's the middle. One of them is the middle of America. One of them is West Coast.
It's Kansas Jayhawks, Nebraska. Kansas State. What's Kansas State?
Oh,
They're
getting-
purple.
Getting closer.
Yeah.
I'll give you another clue.
Give me
That's
another
your third one. Your
I
last
know I'm
one.
not good at this.
Whenever you're ready to give up, you're allowed.
I'm not ready to give up yet. I just
All right.
need a better clue.
That's the. There's no easier clue.
Give me another. Listen.
Do you want to
some
ask Ruben? Do you want to ask a fan?
Ruben, do you know any of these? Ruben, do you know where Russell Wilson played football? How about that? I don't know why I don't.
In
It's,
college.
it's just escaping me, man. I'm having a brain fart.
Does anyone on the Facebook? Can Rocky's trying to use his phone a fan?
Give me the third clue.
If anyone on the Facebook or anyone listening in, okay. The third clue, I'll make it twofold because I'm a nice person.
Thank you.
A movie was made after this school.
Wisconsin Badgers.
No, that was the second school Russell
Oh.
Wilson played at in college. What was the first?
The first. Ooh.
Yes, he transferred to Wisconsin from this school. Anyone on the Facebook, write it in.
Dude.
All right, so while Ruben thinks about that, think
All
about the answer I just gave you. Movie made after this college football team.
Varsity Blues. No, I'm just kidding.
Do I get one more try?
Yes, you
Yeah,
do.
Ruben.
All right, I'm gonna take a long shot. I'm gonna stay on the East Coast.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw it out here. I'm gonna say North Carolina State University.
North Carolina State Wolfpack. That is
Oh,
correct.
Ruben!
Yeah, that's my guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
NC State. What a guy, Ruben.
All right.
Thank
So
you.
what was the first part of that clue, though?
Wisconsin.
No, the first part of that clue was it's two sport schools have the same last name.
That again?
The Wolfpack.
Oh, the Wolfpack. Connecticut.
You're
Hartford.
never gonna get this right. So I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
Nevada.
Oh, Nevada. Oh, dude, come on. UNLV?
No, that's the University of Las Vegas, not Nevada.
That's the University of Nevada at Las Vegas.
Yeah, but it's not. That's not Nevada. That's not like they're two different things.
All right. Tell me the last time you watched a Nevada football game on TV.
Colin Kaepernick was the quarterback.
Oh, yeah. Sweet. I didn't know that till the draft. I didn't know who Colin Kaepernick was until he went to the Super Bowl.
Well, that's on you, not me.
That's not on me. There's
So, I will give you, if you've gotten 1, 2, 3,
We
4,
got
5,
8.
6, you got 8 right. I will give you 7 for 8. Look at that. Jeff Slavic wrote in Nevada. He helped you out there.
I appreciate that.
All right. So now back to the last clue I gave you.
Yes.
So you've gotten your phone, Ruben. You've gotten 3 clues. I'm not
I
going to
got one from Facebook. No, you can count that.
No, because you
I'm
got
not listen, I'm not a cheat. Listen,
right.
I get it. It's
Your
tough.
last question, your last clue was one of these was a movie.
Was a
This
movie.
team had a tragic accident and a movie was made.
Oh, Marshall.
What's their mascot? Do you know?
Thundering Herd.
Yeah. Okay. 9. The next 3 you're never going to get. And
Why?
the bonus one you're not going to get. Okay. How about this? This one, because I don't think that they're an NCAA. I think they're the FBS, but Victor Cruz played at this school.
UMass.
There you go. They're the Minutemen. See, I didn't put them in as the 12 because
And you didn't give me the Red Storm.
they don't have a football team.
Oh, that's part of it.
Yes.
All right, good. That was
All
a
right.
great clue. See, there you go. You teed me up.
3 more.
All right.
Okay.
No, I have 2 more on my
Well,
account.
I just told you the UMass one was bonus because I didn't put them in the 12 because I didn't know if they're FBS
All
or
right,
not.
all right. Give me that.
Okay. 2. Actually, 3. All 3 of these schools have a color in their name.
Have
Okay.
a color in the name of the school or the name of the mascot.
In the name of the mascot.
Okay.
None of them are in big conferences.
None of them are in big conference. They're all mid-major.
Yes. Do you want me to tell you what the color is?
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Green is the color. Okay. The word green is in all 3 of these schools.
They're all green.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like forest green or is it just like light green, just regular
I
green?
feel like I'm wrong on one of these. Not with the continue though on the green thing 'cause it's gonna help a lot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So how many shades of green are there?
No, it's regular green. I said the word green.
I cheated. I saw one.
Okay, what is it?
Tulsa.
Yeah. And they're not the green. I just wrote that too many times.
But
But that's good out of you.
No, I
Oh,
cheated.
you cheated. That's
I
right.
cheated. I just I looked at your page.
Well, you got UMass. So
I got
2 more.
UMass. Yeah.
2 more.
Oh my goodness. This is tough.
I know it's awesome, right?
Give me how about what part
One's
of
in
the country?
Louisiana, one's in Texas.
SCLSU Mud Dogs.
How quickly you said that was fantastic. Oh, for those of you that don't know, that is 100% a reference from Waterboy right there. Oh, that is fantastic. You are correct. No, I'm kidding. Because my dog's ends in an S.
From Louisiana.
I think.
You think?
Yeah, I think. I didn't think we'd get this deep. I thought you would have given up by now.
All right. Let's hear the last 2.
Tulane, Green Wave.
Oh! I could have gotten Tulane.
Yeah, well, 25 minutes later.
I could have guessed the school Tulane.
Okay, and that's in Louisiana, right?
Yes, in New Orleans.
Let's go!
Yeah.
All right. Tulane, Green Wave, and do you want me to give you the last one?
Yeah.
Because what state did I tell you it was in?
You didn't tell me a state.
I did, Texas.
Oh, wait. It's in Texas?
Yeah.
East or West Texas?
I should say North or South Texas.
That's not how they judge football in
I know,
Texas.
but I just
Did you
literally
see Friday Night
I
Lights?
just literally gave you the answer.
Did you see Friday Night Lights?
They judge football in Texas. Well,
Texas A&M.
I said it was not in
the
a big
Longhorns.
school. It is North Texas Mean Green.
See, that's ridiculous.
I just gave you the answer. I
You
said
should have
it's-
given me Tulsa, Tulane, and North Texas, and then let me figure out the 9.
No.
Yeah, totally. There's no chance I was getting that.
You just told me you would have gotten Tulane.
I think after a bit, I could have figured out Tulane because if you went on New Orleans, a school, and
Right.
I would have got.
Boy, that was a lot of fun.
For
You
you.
used your phone a fan. You used your
Ruben
phone-
came. Through.
Ruben
Big
came
shout out
through.
for Ruben. That was huge.
NC State for Ruben. Bad shout out to Rocky. Not knowing simple
Slanovic
facts.
got Tulane on Facebook, by the way.
Did he really?
Yeah, I didn't see that.
So Jeff Slanovic with Nevada and Tulane. So really, we probably should have quizzed Jeff Slanovic because it seemed like he might have done a better job.
He also has the opportunity to look at Google.
Kay loved your "It's a Christmas Tree" comment. There were some crying faces attached to that one.
Well, that's what their mascot is.
Oh,
And there's no S there.
yeah, it's a fantastic point. All right, that was your Rocky trivia for today, July 6th. I hope you enjoyed.
That was tough.
I'm having a lot of fun with this trivia segment. I'm not going to lie to you.
I don't know if I like it as much.
I love it. If you have a trivia write-in and you have some quiz Rocky, write them in. You can even email us, theromeshow1@gmail.com. Get us on the Facebook. Follow The Rome Show on Facebook. Go to wideworldofrome.com. Send us an email. Wide World of Rome on Instagram. So many different ways you Romo Sapiens can get after us. We got about 8 minutes left in the show here. Okay. And we just put a lot on Rocky. So we're going to give him a 2 or 3 second break here before we get to Rock's reviews.
Yeah.
Okay. Just because I did not wake up this morning expecting Patrick Mahomes to be the largest paid player in professional sports
Ever.
You know,
450 million.
over 10 years. And then to realize that he's only 24 years old, which means that by the time he's 34, he could actually be staring a contract in the face to where over the course of his NFL career, in pure salary alone, he could probably make over $550 million. That's unheard of in the game of football.
No, it's pretty crazy. That's a baseball contract.
100%.
That's bigger than all of those guys you quizzed me on last week.
No doubt. No doubt. Mike Trout, Bryce Harper, Steven
A-Rod.
Strasburg, all of them.
Any chance I get to say A-Rod, I'm going to say it.
It's hard to think, though, that he's not worth it because I think he is worth it. And I think you get more value if you're the Chiefs doing this now than waiting 2 years and having to deal with what Dak Prescott's doing.
I just want to know is the money going to get in the way of them building out a team to win over the course of the 10 years?
Well, don't
right?
we always see this, though?
Well, is it a front-loaded contract? Is it top-heavy? Is it bottom-heavy? Like, where's all the money? Is it $45 million a year for 10 years, or is it, $100 million year one, $90 million year two, and it works its way back?
And what I saw-
continue to build out of it,
140 is guaranteed.
because that's what people like Tom Brady for, right? Tom Brady never took as much as he was,
Which is
truly
why
worth.
they were able to win.
True, but at the same time, it's like it's not like the Patriots ever had to pay that many people.
No, that's true, but somehow they
So
won.
where'd their money go?
Well, I don't know, but it was working.
Belichick.
Whatever it was working.
True.
You can't knock it if it's working.
At
At
the
that
whole
high of a
creating
rate.
dynasty, right? Which would make sense. Like, hey, I just locked up my franchise quarterback for the next 10 years, right? And I'm paying $450 million. It's all guaranteed, probably, right? And
It's not all guaranteed. I just told you 140 is guaranteed.
all right. 140 is guaranteed. So if he gets hurt, he loses it.
Yeah, well, worst case scenario, Patrick Mahomes is going to make $140 million on this contract,
It's pretty amazing.
right?
It's amazing, and I mean,
140 mil hits the pot for me,
I just don't know how, like,
let alone 450.
like, what if like Patrick was like, yeah, could you make it 451?
Wow. By the way, side note to this conversation, we just got a write-in of a logo used with a tornado, maybe potentially as a part of the vortex.
The vortex.
How about that? The San Jose Twisters fast pitch softball team.
It's outstanding.
I actually want your homework to be for next Monday's show. I want you to draft up.
I'm not a draw.
I don't care if it's good or bad. Use PowerPoint, use clip art, use Google, use whatever.
There's only one person that's helping with this.
Who?
Estacosta.
Facts.
Yeah.
Estacosta, you're on a little bit of homework with Rocky. Yeah, before we go to Rock's reviews, that's the last thing I had on Mahomes is I do think, though, not a lot of times I agree with the big contract. I agree with the big contract for him.
I agree with it too, but he has gotten hurt once before.
Yes, but that can't be a reason to not give a guy a contract because
Yes,
that
it
is
can.
sports. So every guy that gets hurt one time, you're not going to give him a big contract?
I would give someone a bigger contract if they have never gotten hurt versus someone who has gotten hurt
I wonder what the percentage of guys that have never gotten hurt in sport are.
before they get paid.
Yes.
Probably a lot higher than those who have gotten hurt.
I'm sure, but I'm sure one injury is not. I'm sure like 3 or 4.
Dude, he hurt his leg though.
Sure.
You need
And then
the
won
leg.
the Super Bowl.
I love Patrick Mahomes. I'm not saying I don't love Patrick Mahomes. I'm just saying he's been hurt before.
All right, here's the deal. We got 4 minutes left in the Rome show, and I need some Rocks reviews in my life because today it's a different type of Rocks review than you've heard before. If you were listening to the beginning of the show, we teased this. It's here for you now. So without further ado, another edition of Rocks Reviews.
So welcome to Rocks Reviews. My name's Rocky Romanella, and today I'm going to review a very special athletic occasion, I'll call it. It's more of an event than a sport. For those of you who have done it or know about it or have been inside of it, it could be considered a sport. There are those who are diehards. They do it every year. It's a huge thing. I am officially 4 years removed from my experience. So this is a fusion of it's an anniversary for me. but it's also in line with some of my favorite sports moments.
Sure.
If you consider it a sport.
Sure. Yeah, I think that's up for debate. I would consider it a sport. I wonder what the Romo Sapiens is.
So let's tell them what it is.
All right. Got it.
So I am reviewing the Pamplona, Spain running with the Bulls today.
Ooh, all right.
So many of you have probably seen some of the videos from the running of the Bulls. It is a yearly festival called San Fermin that takes place in Pamplona, Spain. It's a 7-day, 7-night festival.
According to Rocky, it's a great time.
One of the greatest experiences I've had. I did it on my honeymoon with Jen.
Fantastic.
We were on our honeymoon. We were there for the Chupanizo, which imagine Times Square New Year's Eve and then pack it into a square that's 1/100th of the size.
That's insane.
Just as many people,
That's insane.
which is outstanding. Came out. We went in white outfits. Came out in fully purple, doused with sangria
wine?
outfits. Anyways, so the running of the Bulls is incredible. So you run through the streets of Pamplona. There's a historical context to it. But the best story I can tell is we met up with a couple of people from Michigan. And there's a guy by the name of Chris who lives for the running of the Bulls. And Chris is a great guy. So the night before we kick off, he takes us on a walk of the course that the Bulls run and that we ultimately run. Right. And so he's telling me how to do it. Hey, here's where you stay safe. Here's what you do. If you fall down, don't get up because someone's going to knock you out, like whatever it is. And he goes, at this point, like, I love it. He's like, listen, I've skydived before. I've, done anything. There's no thrill that I've ever wanted that's more than this. And he goes, I've reached the point where if I'm not at the event where someone dies, then I don't think that I fulfilled
Wow.
because he and obviously you don't want anyone to die, but
No,
people,
but that's how serious it is.
but so in sports like baseball, like, hey, do you have a good game? You read the stats. Oh, this guy went 2 for 4. This guy went 3 for 5. Well, after each bull run, it's 10 people got gored, 6 people got injured, 4 people went to the hospital.
That's insane.
So I'm reviewing running of the Bulls. It was one of the best experiences of my life. Me and Jen had an incredible time.
Did
in
you
the
fall
city of
down?
Pamplona. I did not fall down.
That's good.
I made it into the stadium.
That's good.
Which is really cool. And if there's anyone out there that wants to try it, I will return to take someone on their first experience.
Oh, maybe the Rome show could take
I would
somebody on
love.
their first
That's
running of the Bulls experience.
the only time I would go back is to do it again.
All right.
It was so much fun. It was definitely nerve wracking.
Do you think it's like the scariest thing ever? Like, do you think
Probably one of it's the most frightening things I've probably done.
ever done?
Not ever, but yeah.
Do you think it's more
top
scary
5.
to jump out of a plane or run with the Bulls?
I've never jumped out of a plane, but I think it's equally
I would agree.
as dangerous.
100%.
Yeah,
I would
could go
assume more
bad.
dangerous because out of the plane, you are equipped already with things to survive. Running with the Bulls is technically survival at its fittest. Like,
Well,
if you just running
you could
around-
probably listen. All
you
I
think
know
the
is that
weakest
it's
link's
crazy.
getting hit by the Bulls?
No, it's strategic. You got to stay between
Exactly.
the edge versus where the Bulls are and stay in the middle. And it's actually the people are more dangerous than the Bulls.
Right.
Because if people are freaking out, then you're going to
Survival
over
of the
them.
fittest.
Anyways, blast running with the Bulls. That's my review for the
So if you need something to do at the end of this quarantine, head over to Spain and run with the Bulls. No,
yeah.
that's fantastic. Well, this has been a fun show. As always, here on HamiltonRadio.net Channel 2 and Facebook.com/The Rome Show 1. I am Andrew Romanella. That is Rocky Romanella. Remember, you can get The Rome Show podcast wherever you listen to podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, wherever. Visit the website, wideworldofrome.com. Get yourself some Rome Show gear. And remember, we are on every Monday night, 7 to 8 p.m. on HamiltonRadio.net Channel 2 and Facebook.com/The Rome Show 1. Until next Monday, we'll see you guys later.
Rocky Romanella is the founder and CEO of 360 Management Services LLC and author of the book Tighten the Lug Nuts. With over 40 years of boots-on-the-ground leadership experience, Rocky creates excitement through his energy, passion, and knowledge in every podcast. During his 36 years at UPS, he led one of the largest rebranding initiatives in franchising history, the UPS Store, revolutionizing the $9 billion retail shipping and business services market. He also led the integration of more than 20 acquisitions that became UPS Supply Chain Solutions and let its improve financial performance, capabilities, and global footprint. Post-UPS, he served as CEO and director for Unitech Global Services, a telecommunications company, and serves as an independent board member and advisor. Thank you for listening, and we hope you enjoy the discussion.
Do this look like work to you? Nah, looking at the lights like it's all of this for me. Everyone tonight is here, all of this for me. Hands in the air, yeah, all of this for me. Bottles over here, all of this for me. Bottles bringing bottles, yeah, all of this for me. You for real?
Sports. At Wide World of Rome. Yes, it's on there.
Okay, guys, we're all
Tough to read,
clear.
that's why.